Welcome to another episode of Full Frontal Fatherhood. Today, I want to talk to you about how to baby-proof your marriage and thus not end up in a huge mess of a failed relationship as a result of the intense challenge of parenting a baby. So the first step to baby-proofing your marriage is to sit down with your partner, each with a separate piece of paper, and write down all of your fears and all the challenges you expect around becoming a parent. And then read through each of your lists and strategize. How are you going to handle those moments? Maybe there won't be a solution, but at least talking about them in advance will greatly increase your chance of being able to mitigate those moments and not end up in a big fight or a failed relationship. The second topic is sex. It's quite likely that you're not going to have much sex for a long time and that your wife isn't going to want to have sex for a very long time. Talk about how you're going to handle that. How are you going to get your sexual needs met? And how are you going to feel without that opportunity for intimacy and connection that sex provides? Are there other ways that you guys can be intimate? Other ways in which you can have that time? And other ways in which you can still feel wanted and valued by your partner? The third topic is money. Money is the number one cause of divorce. Talk about how you're going to handle the strain of one or both of you staying at home for some period of time. What is the plan? Who's going to stay home till when? Where's the money going to come from? And where can you cut the fat out to support that? Which ways are you going to handle these hard choices? Go into it with a plan so that you don't end up just anxious and scared and taking it out on one another. The fourth topic is discipline. How are you going to handle it when your kid is throwing peas or not going to bed? Obviously, mainly you need to focus on the early part of life, during which time there isn't actually a need for much discipline, but many parents can have a hard time dealing with the fact that babies simply don't do what you tell them to. So talk about how you're going to handle those challenging moments. The fifth topic is sleep arrangements. This can lead to a lot of stress when two different parents have different ideas about where the kid should be sleeping. In another room, in your bed. Talk about it in advance. Are you going to let the kid cry it out? Parents have very different ideas about what the right thing to do is. And if you're at odds with your partner before the kid even comes, it can lead to a very stressful, bad fight in the moment when you also have a crying baby on your hands. If you make a plan beforehand, it just makes that all a lot smoother. Each of you read and figure out what is the way that you want to do it. Discuss it. It's a big decision and makes a big impact on your family. The next part of baby-proofing your marriage is building community. There's two things that you can do to greatly support your situation. Historically, we raised our kids with our grandparents around and our parents and aunts and uncles and lots of community support. Now we are so often on our own in a nuclear family, and that is extremely difficult. So I highly recommend taking the time to build a parents group prior to having the baby. Post notices at your doctor's office. Post things in communities online. Talk to other parents that are pregnant. Get 4 to 6 couples together who are expecting a child within the same time range and meet, have meals, talk. Then the babies will start to come and you can all talk about all the intensities. Be there for each other, even in simple ways, makes a huge difference. Similarly, having your friends and family that live in the area be able to provide you meals after the birth is extremely helpful. There are many websites like mealtrain.com where people can sign up to come and bring you food, not to socialize with you, just to bring a meal to you, or to come and clean up your house. Or, and I really recommend this, give you time to be a couple, where they can take the kid for a half an hour, maybe 2 hours, once a week, every 2 weeks, and find yourself as a couple again. So baby-proof your marriage. Keep yourself and your relationship out of the gutter. Share your fears and challenges. Talk about scheduling who's doing what, money, sex, discipline, and sleep. Build a community that can help you not be so worn out from the experience. And have a thriving, happy family where you can experience the joy of it rather than the struggle and the desperateness that can so easily happen. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Full Frontal Fatherhood. Please join the conversation below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions about this subject. But this is hard stuff, and we are all doing our best, so please keep it friendly. If you like the video, please share it with your friends, and I'll see you next Friday for another episode of Full Frontal Fatherhood. Thank you.